CEO of Black Alchemy. And with co-founder Noble Dracone, these two, through NFTs, family, will revolutionize the music industry. And you, being on this call this evening, have the opportunity to be at the forefront. Like I said earlier, in real estate, it's location, location, location. In business, it's timing, timing, timing. And you're finally in the right place at the right time. So I am ecstatic for you, family. And without further ado, Mr. Anderson, are you here, sir?
Yes, I am. It's great to be with everybody tonight. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's great to be here for another deep dive into band royalty, and I'm sure everyone's excited. We certainly are. We're hard at it, building this platform for everybody. So it's just great to be sharing. So I guess I'm just going to dive into it. I think we've got a few more people just coming into the room. We're almost up to 20 people. This is very cool. Some friendly faces here. Hey, Marek, great to have you. And Carlos, wow. And Diana, who else? Nikhil and Martin, hey. Of course, really great to be. And also, there's Peter. Wow, this is very cool. I've got some friends even here from Australia. Rob Schwartz is coming in. This is great. Thanks, everybody. A lot of fun. So I'm going to share my screen, and let me just pull that up. Hopefully you can see all that. And hey, here I am. It's my evening over here. So I don't know if you want to see my smiley face. It's been a busy day. So let's dive into it. I think everybody can see my screen.
Yes,
and
sir.
So this is actually, what was that, Tina?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very cool. So this is a presentation that we've put together that you can actually access this. We've made a folder available of many documents about band royalty and band NFTs. And what we've got here is a dive into what's going to become Music 3.0. That's what we're launching. And this is a platform, a marketplace, a metaverse, a music launchpad, an NFT exchange, and a DeFi protocol. So there's a number of key factors that really, we believe, make band royalty stand out from most other crypto projects. And so, if not all of them, and you're going to find out why in this presentation. Firstly, what we have here is asset-backed. We have two main areas that we're going to be diving into of the band royalty ecosystem, the platform. And what myself and Noble, when we worked on this, when we came up with this idea, was to actually build out a platform that had real-world utility and real-world asset backing. So most NFTs, they're JPEGs pretty much. And so they don't have asset backing. What we have here is music royalties directly tied into the NFTs. So that's very, very cool. That's the first part that makes us different. The second is actually a constant new income stream. So we've got external revenue coming in to the entire ecosystem from music royalties, from trading fees of the NFTs, and also from the music metaverse that we're going to be building out. So those are a couple of really key differences, because in many different DeFi and crypto platforms, it's quite circular. The money is actually just all kind of internal. And what you really want to look for, these are some actually things that you want to keep an eye out for. What platforms actually have recurring revenue, new revenue coming in? The other key difference is that this is built out by a team of people that you can check out. You can look us up. We're real. And actually even our names, Barnaby Anderson, BA, and Noble Dracone, that's actually what makes up band. And so we've put ourselves right out there with this project. That's how much we believe in it. A lot of projects out there, the teams remain anonymous. Well, not our team. And our team is growing all the time. We have well over a dozen people who are part of the band royalty inner family that's helping build all this out. And now, what about another key difference that we have? Well, I would say the fourth major difference is that we're addressing a real world problem. And a lot of other crypto projects out there are kind of actually trying to find a place for themselves inside. They're trying to actually add real world utility to what they're building after the fact. Well, we're being led by what actually the industry needs. And this is how Noble Dracon, how Noble actually came up with this entire idea. So we've been working together, myself and Noble, for a few years now. We met at a crypto conference in Los Angeles. We've both given conferences, spoken all over the world. I was invited to go and actually speak at Davos, of all places, on cryptocurrencies. Put on a cryptocurrency conference there, also at Harvard and Stanford, many other places. And Noble's also spoken internationally all over the world. And so when we teamed up after meeting at a crypto conference, it was just, we had such a great working relationship. And we built out some NFT products together, a different game that we launched that was a lot of fun in the NFT space. But in the background, Noble, because of his decades, 25 years, I think, plus, investing in music royalties and his connections throughout the music industry. He said to me about a year ago now, he said, hey, I've had this vision for building out a fund, because Noble's run a hedge fund before. And so he wanted to build out a fund for music royalties to enable everyday people to basically come on and participate, and not just the rich and the lucky ones who would find out about music royalties ahead of time. And I thought, wow, that's great. And he said, yeah, but what would be really cool is if we could combine that with NFTs. He saw an opportunity to make this really ubiquitous for everybody. And I was right on it, because we'd already had successes with NFTs about a year ago. And so that's why we just dived into this. And we're addressing this problem where, with the revenues over $43 billion worldwide for music royalties, only 12% are going over to the artists. That means 88% are being passed on to the other people who aren't actually making the music. And so basically the artists are getting a short end of the deal. On top of that, there's just a lot of complexities here, where you have many people in the pie, and songwriters, producers, sound engineers, performers. It's really quite complicated how to have them all paid out. And there's poor metadata, often terrible contracts, and also the stinginess of streaming, which is why they are earning so little. In fact, sometimes they're even getting less than the minimum wage from millions of streams. And that is a tragedy, because we're seeing artists like Pharrell, where he had over 43 million plays. And basically he's got paid $2,700. Last century, in the 20th century, that would have been a platinum selling album. And that's why what we're seeing is more and more artists going just direct. They're seeing that they can actually build out their own following, because things have changed a lot now. What we're actually seeing in the world is that you can build up a following. If you're a quality artist, you can build out your social network online, build up your fan base, and you can push the music out yourself. However, obviously, labels still have a key role, and labels are getting smarter, especially the smaller ones. And we have some great people working with us on that front, like Rob Swartz, who's come on board with Who Mag. He runs a great label, because the labels today, they're actually the good ones. They're working really closely with their artists that they're supporting. However, more and more artists are seeing just a different kind of opportunity here, because of the way music is changing, innovation. So last century, 20th century, we had music, what we could call music 1.0, the recording business, and how that shifted from the 20th century into music 2.0, streaming, which really eventually became what Spotify and even iTunes, they all morphed into that. Well, what we're talking about with band royalty is the music industry 3.0, that supports directly the artists and the fans together. They both have a financial incentive. And that's the opportunity for you here, because you are coming into this well before anybody even really knows about it. Even though we've been out with band royalty for a year, mostly we've been operating in stealth. We have put out a bunch of press, but we've had to really pull in the last 6 months and build out this whole ecosystem, including this incredible music NFT exchange that you can see right here. It's the world's first fully music-focused NFT exchange, where you can play the tracks inside. And there are many other differences, because what we're doing is we're turning music into a cultural tradable asset. Imagine that music itself is the asset on a decentralized platform that's fully specialized for music, fan focused, where you and the investors get to participate directly with artist sovereignty. That's going to be a game changer, because unlike other platforms where there's a single NFT contract, smart contract, so the NFTs get minted, they get produced on what's called a smart contract. Well, if they're all under one, that can lead to issues of security, as we've recently seen in some of the biggest NFT exchanges. What we're doing here is every artist will have their own separate smart contract. So they have control over everything that we're doing through the platform, through the Band NFT platform, and interoperability. So all the NFTs that we're building out here, they will work on the other exchanges as well. You'll be able to even see and play the tracks over there on OpenSea, etc. However, for the ultimate best experience, coming over to Band NFTs is going to be a game changer. You're going to see the NFT in a completely new way. And on top of that, we're flipping the whole financial model, where in the exchange is only taking like a couple of %, whereas the artist is going to be making the majority of the revenue. Eventually, we're going to be building this out where they will be able to come with like a self-service platform. They'll be able to mint and create their NFTs at the beginning, because we're launching this. Everything's getting prepared to push this out this month. And we have a handful of phenomenal artists that we're pulling on with fans in the millions. And so what we're doing, it's curated at the beginning. And so we're just very excited to be showcasing this. And at the same time, we're very busy. We're also building out a music metaverse. It'll be, again, we believe, the world's first fully music-focused metaverse. What we can see here are 33 genre types, different lands, as well as a core concert hall where there will be virtual concerts that people will be able to come and participate in. But that's not even all. We have multiple other areas that we're building out. There's a whole ecosystem. That's what's different with Band Royalty, is we have really thought this through over the last year, how to reinvent the entire music industry from the ground up. And we started last year with launching the music royalty pools. And I'm going to be saying more about that, and how the NFTs that we launched, where we sold over, we close to $1 million worth of NFTs, where you could earn directly off our music catalog. We went and bought some of the some top artists in a catalog and shared that revenue with our NFT buyers. And what we're about to launch now in 2022, this month, is our NFT marketplace. And beyond that, yes, we have the metaverse that we're building out. Yes, we even have an art platform where visual artists and musicians will be able to collaborate, as well as a launch pad and even a reinvention of the entire streaming industry. But that's for 2022. We have a lot in the works. But right now, we are most excited about the Band NFTs platform, the exchange that you can see here. That'll be basically a combo of checking out NFTs, buying them, and playing the music, as you can see here. And we believe that we are going to actually bring about a sea change in the whole NFT marketplace, because as you can see here, sales, well, they're expected of NFTs to top 200 billion. That's a lot, 200 billion that in 2022, where OpenSea, who's been the leader, they grew in the past year from like 50 million in a quarter to over 10 billion in a quarter. And now they're making 200 million, they're trading 200 million per day. And that's just on JPEGs. And they're taking about 2.5% of that. So let's call that 5 million. They're not sharing it. They're just keeping all of that. And on top of that, so Band NFTs is sharing that revenue and giving artists this opportunity to have a multimedia experience with their NFTs for the fans to enjoy, plus a space for fans and artists to even connect together on the platform. So Band NFTs is a unique initiative where it's like a combination of OpenSea with Spotify, even with Ticketmaster for getting access to tickets, and Shopify for merch, all together in one platform, where we are thinking about interoperability from the get-go. We're building out this, what we're calling music Legos, where all the different components of blockchain and Web 2, social media, etc., from OpenSea to TuneCore to TikTok to Instagram, YouTube, you name it. We are basically building out a platform that is going to interact with all of this through the music metaverse we're building, through the Band NFTs marketplace. And that's going to be a game changer. But one of the biggest changes we feel, which is why we feel Band NFTs and Band Royalty represents such a huge opportunity, is the very nature of the business itself, of the platform, is designed to grow with fans coming on. So just think about this for a minute. There's less than 300,000 people in the world with an NFT. Less than That's not very many people. And there's probably less than even 3% of the world's population that even has any crypto. Well, we know some of the artists that we're bringing on in this month have fans in the millions. So what happens when you onboard fans who've actually never bought crypto before? So there's an educational process. That's what we're going to be doing. Band NFTs is committed to an educational process. So we onboard these millions of fans. We could be blowing up the whole NFT space way beyond even those incredible figures that we were talking about a moment ago. So that this music has often been the gateway for new technology. And so that's what we see here. That is it possible, actually, that it's going to be once again music that will bring the adoption to cryptocurrency, to a whole new area. The reason we have a little computer in our pockets, every one of us with a smartphone, is because of the Sony Walkman that became the iPod, and the iPod became the iPhone. And that was because of music. So everybody wanted to carry this little gadget around, which has now become the everything gadget. And so music provides a pathway. And we see here that most people in the world, they don't yet see a utility for cryptocurrency yet, but they do love music. And that represents a huge opportunity. So what we have here is we've built out an ecosystem that's tokenized from the ground up. That's the reinvention of Music 3.0. And inside of that, we have these 3 tokens. And last year we launched with our limited edition NFT series, BR1, the first NFT series from Band Royalty, with only 3,000. So 3,000 of these in this first series, where you will get to earn 50% from a growing music catalog. And how that'll get paid out is through our governance token. And that's what makes this decentralized platform, a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. That's where Band Royalty is headed. And for that, we're going to have this limited set of governance tokens that as you accumulate them, you'll have voting power over the direction of the platform and over the next music royalty catalogs that we're buying. So that they have real value, and people who want to come in and participate and direct the funds that Band Royalty is growing, they'll want to get a hold of these governance tokens. So the Band NFTs, of which there's only 3,000, they give you access through staking to earning those governance tokens. You can't buy those governance tokens. What can you buy, though, is you can also buy the royalty token. The royalty token, where there's 300 million maximum supply, and that currently in this pre-sale environment at only 20 cents. So you're coming into this way before anybody else, and these are at 20 cents, and they provide the currency of music. So the NFTs being traded, purchased, they'll be using the royalty token, as will royalties themselves, as we continue to build out the whole ecosystem. In fact, so far, we've come up with 8 different ways, 8 different revenue streams for you to earn inside the entire Band Royalty ecosystem. Most of this is to do with staking. And as we said, we have these 3 tokens. So you're seeing here how you can stake the BR1 NFTs, of which there's only 3,000. You'll be able to earn the B stage, those backstage governance tokens, and you'll be able to stake and use those. And then there's the royalty token, where you'll be able to stake and earn that. And I'm going to break this down for you in this presentation, which you can also access. So you can, and I'll be giving you some hypothetical examples, because this is just the inception. You're here at the very beginning, but you can see here that we've really thought this out. So what we're seeing here is this is actually the BR1 NFTs that provide you with a revenue stream. And how does this actually work? Well, they give you access to what's called the Music Mogul Club. So you get one of these NFTs, there's only 3,000, and they open the door where you can have multiple benefits. And they're on what's called a bonding curve, where the rarer, and these started with like the double diamond NFTs, then they went to the platinum album NFTs and the gold, and then the vinyl album NFTs. So this bonding curve, and so the first 3 were the most valuable because you were able to earn the most royalties from those from the catalogs, and they were selling for upwards of $80,000 each NFT. So and that's why they got snapped up, because people saw the value there. But you can still access. We still have some of these available before they all get snapped up. So the first, obviously, is that they provide you with access to earning governance tokens through the staking from the growing music catalog. Next, you'll have priority access to new NFT drops. After that, special merch. And then access to VIP tickets and passes and concert events. Plus, the sale of this goes towards buying a larger music catalog, which in turn provides you with access to more revenue from that, as well as priority access to the music metaverse. So let's say a bit more about the growing royalty catalog that we have, because currently we have incredible artists that we've purchased the performance rights to, including Rihanna, Jay-Z, Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, Beyonce, will.i.am, amazing artists, Missy Elliott, so many here. And you can actually even check out the actual catalog and the contract of sale that we have. And so as this grows, we already have a phenomenal catalog already, the earnings from this will continue to grow. That's why there's a real revenue source. Band royalty is not isolated. It taps into the real world and pulls in revenue. And that's what's going to enable us to keep growing the whole ecosystem. We're in the process of building out a 5-layer music NFT stack, where at the base layer, if you're fortunate enough to get one of the band royalty BR1 NFTs, that becomes the foundational access to everything else, including the metaverse, our metadata NFT series that's going to enable you to build out your own music band and create generative NFTs, put these inside the metaverse. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. We are just getting this started, but you can see there's a big vision, a big rollout that we are fully underway with. But some of you might also be wondering, okay, that's really cool. I want to get one of those band NFTs, those BR1 NFTs, but admittedly, they start at 1 Ethereum. So they go from 1 Ethereum up. But the artists themselves, they will also be launching NFTs, and they'll be having different price points. And we're also bringing innovation to the actual launch of NFTs themselves, the music NFTs. These are just some examples. From here on, the things I'm showing you, they're hypothetical examples of how this can work, because what we're going to be doing is providing the ability for the artists' NFTs that will launch on the Band NFTs platform to be unlocking further NFT drops, like VIP passes or B-roll or snaps, photographs from the recording studio, a whole lot of really fun stuff that the fans would love. And so in this example here, where you could see that there could be potentially just 5,000 NFTs dropped, well, only those people would be getting these sort of behind the scenes special NFT drops to those holders of the NFT. So that's going to add further interest, further buying pressure to the value of those music NFTs that are launched on the Band NFTs platform, because those people who are collecting and receiving those bonus NFTs will be able to sell them, which basically means that these musical NFTs, they become like a golden goose, essentially. And we can't wait to be showing you the whole metaverse that we're launching, which is going to have built into it from the ground up NFTs. And we're actually starting off launching the concert hall where virtual concerts will be held. And we're starting this with seats. You'll be able to buy up the NFT seats inside here to get proximity to and access actually to the musicians when they do their music concerts in the metaverse. And everybody who has one of the BR1 NFTs, one of these 3,000, are going to get one of these VIP seats out of the gate. And the rest of them, they haven't even come on for sale yet. We're just letting you know what is in the works. Overall, we've designed the whole band royalty system to be a passive income generator. And that started with the music catalog that I was showing you before, where we got 58 songs to a value of around 200,000. But what happens now? These are the hypothetical examples. What happens when we blow this up to $10 million worth of music? And that just happens. That will happen when we do the sellout of this entire NFT series that we've got here. Well, the average earnings on the kind of royalties that we have is sort of between 14 to 22%. And we're going to be sharing 50% of that through the backstage, through the B stage tokens. And obviously it is based upon the playing of the music. So that's why it's hard to provide the exact figures here. Now, we're going to be these are just some examples, and these figures, they're open to be changed because this is just a hypothetical example. But in this case, selling it, once we sell out all of the BR1 NFTs, that provides $20 million of revenue. And from that, like with 10 million in royalties catalog, that can be earning 1.5 to 2 million yearly. And that provides the liquidity backing to the B stage governance token. That's how we're driving all of this. And this is just another further example of what happens when we out of the gate, because of the liquidity pairing between the backstage governance token, which you can't buy, you can only get it through owning one of the BR1 NFTs, but you can get those through that staking process. And then it'll have a pairing with the royalty token, which at the moment in pre-sale is 20 cents. So in these examples here, when you break it down about how the value proposition, I'm not going to go through all these figures tonight, but you can get access to this. When you break this down, you can see that there could potentially be an upwards of 80% per year earning on these NFTs, the BR1 NFTs, through the growing of the music catalog. Now, you're earning the backstage governance tokens through that staking. And why are these going to be so valuable? Because that governance, it votes on what we do with the funds, what direction we take the whole platform in. And there are going to be other artists, musicians, producers who have royalty catalogs that they will want to sell them to us. And therefore, they'll want to get these backstage governance tokens to direct the funds for us to go and buy the music from them. Do you see how this is going to work? It's going to be very fun. And so there's going to be real value here. And those who get these very limited edition backstage governance tokens, they will find and see the value as this whole ecosystem continues to grow. But it's the royalty token that's going to be the currency of music across the entire ecosystem, from the band royalties to the band NFTs, to the band art, to the band music launchpad, to the band streaming. The royalty token is going to be across all of that. And let's just break down some of the potential figures. Remember, this is hypothetical examples here. From the 2.5% trading fees on the band NFTs marketplace. This is this new marketplace that we're launching. You already saw how it's this mashup of OpenSea with Spotify, playing the music inside NFTs. Well, half of those fees are going to get paid out to the stakers. So in this example here, you're seeing that 30% of those fees get paid directly to the royalty stakers. That's going to be very fun because in the example, let's just say we take 10% of OpenSea. Remember, OpenSea is doing 200 million per day in JPEGs. That's it. No asset backing, nothing special about their NFTs. So what if we could, once we get the banned NFTs platform to 20 million trading volume, how does that work out? Well, in this hypothetical example, and it's hard to get this exact because the more stakers there are, the more revenue has to be shared. But in this little example here, if there were with a staker with 1,000 royalty tokens, which currently would cost you $200. Now, in this example, depending upon how many there were, they could be earning hundreds of dollars per day, which is phenomenal. What that would actually represent, potentially in these examples, based for the royalty earning stakers, and you can break these figures down yourself, is this could be returns in the hundreds of percent per year. Now, it's all dependent upon how many people are staking, how much trading volume is going on. But just when you break that down, that there's only roughly 300,000 people in the world with an NFT, and there are millions of music fans, and we're about to onboard a bunch of artists that have millions of music fans, you start to think about where this could go and where the value could shoot. Because at the moment in this pre-sale at the royalty token at just 20 cents with a limited cap supply, and those who stake them start to earn 30%. Remember, we're sharing 50% of it, of all the revenue from the royalty, the NFT exchange, but 30% of it goes to the royalty token owners. We want to really give you a lot of value here. And what happens once Kings of Leon, who already sold $2 million of NFTs last year, or Tory Lanez with 1 million sales in music NFTs in 60 minutes, or Grimes, $5 million in music NFTs last year. What happens when they wake up and see what we're doing? Because we are under the radar at the moment. We've been busily building and preparing because we knew ahead of time the power and the impact that music NFTs was going to have in 2022. Because last year could be 2021 was like the year of the JPEG, year of the NFT JPEG, where we had Bored Apes launching out of the gate, selling $2 million worth, but it was the NFT royalties. Yes, there's NFT royalties themselves built in, even just for the JPEG sales. And they've been making close to $2 million per month just in these pictures of apes. How crazy is that? So they're making more money through the actual trading volume that's happening. And that's what we see happening here. And that's going to be the potential, because when the artists wake up and realize, wow, this is a perpetual income stream for the artist, where they make a return on NFT royalties plus music royalties. And then you, for the first time, as an investor, as a music fan, you get to share in the revenue as well through the royalty token and through the band BR1 NFTs. Because as more trading happens, everybody buying with a share of that, everybody buying any of the music NFTs, and you're not going to be limited to just one artist. What happens when we have 100 artists on the platform? How far can this go? And there you are at the inception, at the beginning, staking your royalty tokens and earning on every sale, because you've staked them on every sale of every music NFT. And as we bring on these artists who have millions of fans, we see this as being a game changer. We have a whole roadmap ahead for 2022. We've already been knocking it out of the park last year with sales of tokens over $1 million. And that's given us the funding, because we are self-funded. Myself and Noble, we've been running this the whole way. We've been building up a fantastic team. We're just super excited to have all of you along for the ride. This is just so much fun. And we're delighted to be sharing the revenue, the wealth. We believe the artists, it's their time. They need to, take back the power and the revenue, and sharing it with their fan base. That's the really exciting thing. And not even just the artists, but everybody involved in making the music, from the songwriters to the sound engineers. Everybody, we've been discussing this with many different artists from different angles, and who have stakes in different aspects of royalties. So we are actually also about the education of the music business itself. So Noble was very big on that from the beginning. He said, the reason we're going to make it the way we are is to teach people how the music industry works. And that's what Band Royalty delivers. And we just couldn't be more excited to be where we're at. And that was the presentation I wanted to give everybody tonight. You can go to bandroyalty.com. Please register your email. You want to find out about all of this as it's happening. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. We run regular AMAs, Ask Me Anythings, regularly these presentations. It's a lot of fun. We have a great team. It's really great to be working with James, with Maria, with Ivy, with Luke Ray, with everybody on our team. It's just a lot of fun. So if anybody wants to put their hand up, if they have any questions, I think I have talked a lot tonight. It's been a lot of fun sharing this with you. And I'm pretty sure you're all excited about what is to come this month as we roll out the platform.
Mr. Anderson, can I say epic? Epic is the word for the evening. Epic. This has been absolutely amazing. Finally, a company that thinks about the fans. I mean, you've totally leveled the playing field. So you give artists the ability to actually get paid for what it is that they do. And you give those loyal fans the opportunity to earn royalties with their favorite artists. This is absolutely incredible. I tell you, I am flat out excited. And as you can see from our numbers this evening, folks are sharing, folks are excited, folks are ready to jump aboard Band and make some life-changing decisions. Listen, family, listen, for those of you who know me, there's only two things that we have to do this evening. Two things. I want you to get back with the person that invited you to this call and ask them two questions. One, how can I acquire my NFTs? How can I acquire my NFTs and right now? Or two, I need both NFTs and tokens, okay? We know that you are all very, very excited, just like we are. Band's next live event, Band's next royalty event is March 11th. It is coming up in Corona, California. Listen, if you can get there, be there. This will be absolutely amazing. You will get the opportunity to meet so many that are a part of this amazing team. This will be the launch of the first single for the artist Keteroo. Okay, I'm telling you, family, this will be an explosive event that you do not want to miss. I would like to thank you, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for spending your time this evening with us. Thank you for the opportunity that you and Mr. Dracone have laid out for the everyday person to now be able to make a huge difference. We appreciate you, sir, and we look forward to hearing you on our next Zoom.
Absolutely. It's been a real pleasure tonight. So just one final point. There was a couple of questions on like, okay, how do I buy some more of this? So basically, bandroyalty.io is where you can get the royalty tokens, which at the moment is pre-sale 20 cents. And many of you may actually have a affiliate link. Somebody recommended this. So I recommend that you click that, you follow that. That's how you can get the royalty token over at bandroyalty.io. You can also find that link actually from the bandroyalty.com website. And at the moment, you can also still buy the BR1 NFTs. They will actually be coming out on the new exchange that we're launching, but you're welcome to also get those as well. So I recommend that you actually just reach out to the person who's invited you tonight. Say, hey, I'd like to get one of these. I'd like to get involved in this. How can I participate? And that would be your introduction. And so we just welcome everybody. Reach out to the people who invited you. It's been fantastic having you tonight. And we're looking forward to showing you even more next week. Every week, we've got more to share. We're building every day. And it's a lot of fun. Thank you, James. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everybody, for being on the call. Tina, Ivy, it's been fantastic. So good night, everybody.
Night.
Good day.